Daredevil, it's back, baby. And yeah. So hey guys, and welcome to my world. That is right, I have just finished binging Daredevil Season 2. I started it Friday, finished it last night. Here's my review. Let's get into it. So let's start by talking about the opening to Season 2 first. Now it captured Daredevil. It was a nice way to reintroduce us to the character Daredevil. It was cool in a cheesy way. It was funny. It had great symbolism in it. Yeah, it was quite epic, the opening scene. It had a funny moment in it as well to do with the cooks throughout this chase sequence. And yeah, that made me laugh. It really did. So keep your eyes peeled for that, guys. Keep your eyes peeled for that. So Season 2 has all the characters from the first season that we love. We've got Matt Murdock. We've got Karen Page. We have got Foggy Nelson. Man, how I have missed Foggy Nelson. I really have. He's so funny in this. We also get introduced to some new characters like Frank Castle. That's right, the Punisher. We get introduced to him. We get introduced to Elektra. Now I'm going to speak more about on those two later. But we also get nice references. We get some cameos from people we've seen before. They were nice additions to this season. They really were. I enjoyed seeing them. And there was one cameo in particular, and I'm not even lying. One cameo in particular where I lost my shit. I really did. I was just an uncontrollable, I was uncontrollable. I was just like, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes, yes. And I literally started smacking my bed. I really did. I'm not weird, guys. I'm not weird. I'm just a nerd. I'm just a nerd. So we've talked characters. Let's talk their chemistry. Now, we already know they had great chemistry from Season 1, and it carries over into this Season 2. Like, they were just, their bonds grew. They really did. And Foggy, by far, maybe Karen as well, had the best development character-wise, I feel anyways. Because they became, for me, a lot braver, and they made more of a presence for themselves in this dark, gritty universe that is Daredevil, and it was really, really nice to see. I really, really did like that character development for them too. So good. And now for these new characters, Punisher, Elektra, they have some great chemistry too, specifically with Daredevil. Now, both of these with Daredevil, especially the Punisher, was just great to watch. It really was. The dialogue between the Punisher and Daredevil, and just the ideals and the viewpoints coming across in their dialogue and their monologues and their speeches towards each other, was just so fun. It kept me intrigued, and man, they were so cool. They really were. Sorry guys, but yeah, their dialogue was so well written. I absolutely loved it. Like, man, you don't understand how many quotable lines the Punisher has in this. He has so many, and I mean his first word, his first line, bang. That's right. From the trailer, people going bang or beg. It's bang, and wow, just what a way to introduce him, and his, oh man, damn. Yeah, the way the Punisher was introduced, it worked really well for me. It was so good. It was like, you don't see him, but you see his actions play out on the screen, and you're just like, wow. And then you don't see him till Daredevil's informed of something, and just the way it all ties together, the way it all plays in, just, it was a really, really great introduction to such a great character. And just, guys, I'm trying to say stuff without spoiling anything, and man, it's so hard. It's so hard. But Frank Castle, Yeah, I'm just going to say this. The Punisher is great. The Punisher in this season is fantastic. I mean, personally, I liked and I enjoyed the Thomas Jane Punisher film. But John Berthnell, is it Berthnell? You Frank Castle, man. You Frank Castle. Now, one thing I do have to say is this season I didn't really like it as much as season 1. Just comparing them, don't get me wrong, the action in season 2 was phenomenal to watch and it excelled from where it left us. Like, when we see it in season 1, we're like, damn. And then in season 2, it excels. The chemistry is still great. But, man, the storyline... The storyline of the Punisher was good, but then you get Elektra. So, man, we get Elektra and the storyline of the Hand and all of this stuff just... It didn't really hit for me or work as well as I'd liked it to. And I hate to say that because I'm such a Marvel fan. I really am, and I loved season 1. And I was looking forward to season 2. And just, yeah, I hate to say it, but this season wasn't as good as season 1 in my opinion. I really did feel like the storyline of Elektra and the Hand really did detract from the greatness that was the storyline of the Punisher and the ideals between Daredevil and the Punisher. Their different viewpoints was so well done that when you meet Elektra and the Hand and the storyline, it just really did feel like it detracted, and just for me, I wasn't really fussed about it. It was just like, man, where's the Punisher at? Give me back, put Frank Castle back on the screen, damn it. Like, I mean, episodes 1 to 4 was so great to watch with the Punisher, and then we get episode 5 and it slowed so down. That episode felt like it dragged for me. It might not for you, but for me it felt like it dragged, and I was just like, right, okay. Episode 3 is my favourite episode, by the way. Episode 3 was... Ooh, yeah, you're in for a treat with that one. But yeah, like I said, episode 5, it felt like it dragged. The storyline with Elektra and the Hand, it just... For me, it felt like it raised more questions than it was answering. It really did. And it ultimately left me puzzled at times. Like, it left me a little confused. And I was just like, yeah, but why? What? Really? Okay. Yeah, it should have focused solely on Frank Castle and the different ideals between him and Daredevil. Now, let's talk the action. Just, wow. Wow, like I said, season 1 showed us some pretty decent, pretty great action, and just this season takes that action that you've already seen and it just excels it. It just takes it even further, and episode 3 is probably my favourite episode from the season, that or episode 9, and why, you ask? Well, that's because they were fantastic. And they had the best fight sequences. It was so good to watch. Those 2 fight sequences in episode 3 and episode 9 were just... Oh, I really enjoyed those episodes. So episode 3 had this fight sequence that was very reminiscent of the fight sequence, the hallway sequence in season 1. And yeah, it just took it even further. You get onto the stairwell and there's just so much brutality going on. There's this moment with a chain and in the stairwell, and it made me think of The Raid. And if you've seen The Raid, you know how brutal that action is and how great that is to watch. If you haven't seen The Raid, go check it out purely for the fact the action in it is phenomenal to watch. Love that. And it was just, yeah, that fight sequence in the stairwell was very reminiscent. It just made me feel like the hallway sequence in season 1, and it took it further, and it was very reminiscent of The Raid. I loved it. I really did. Then we get episode 9. Episode 9, we see Frank Castle go beast mode. Now, don't get me wrong, we've already seen him go beast mode, but you see him go beast mode in this episode, and just the fight sequence in it, I was like, oh my God. I was like Janice in Friends. It left me speechless. I was sat there and I was just like, this guy is so deadly. He's so brutal. He's so ruthless. He really is. He was just... Now I know why they called him the Punisher. It was so good. So like, like, I really don't see Shane from The Walking Dead anymore. I really do just see Frank Castle, the Punisher. And by the way, that head rubbing thing must have been a Shane thing, because I don't think he did it once in this season. That, or he's made some great acting progress. He really has, because what was all that in The Walking Dead? But in all seriousness, Frank Castle was by far my favourite thing in this season. He really was. I loved how they told his backstory. I loved how he had this great dialogue with certain characters and how it all played out, how it all tied into each other. Just watching his actions, how ruthless they were, how brutal he was. At the same time, he was such a compelling character, and at times he could be so soft. It was so good. His just dialogue, he was so well written as a character. I loved it. I really did. So big props to John for just the way he portrayed him, and big well done for Marvel for introducing such a great take on Frank Castle, the Punisher, in this season, this universe. It was breathtaking. I will say this though, I felt like I was waiting a long time to see that Skull Punisher, the classic costume. I felt like I was waiting a long time. Like, you were toying with me, Marvel. You were toying with me. Now, we spoke about the Punisher. That leaves me with Elektra. Now, Elektra was okay. At times, she really did piss me off. Like, she became... For me, anyway, she was a bit of an annoyance. Just like... I guess she has this way with Matt. And at times, I was just sat there and I was just like... For fuck's sake, Matt, you know this bitch is crazy. Just, it was starting to really annoy me, and I was just sat there. And I guess in a way it really did intrigue me into the show, where I was just like, come on, stop it, stop. But at the same time, it got on my nerves. It really did. So overall, this season captured the action really well for me. It really did. It captured the greatness that was season 1 and took it that much further action-wise. It excelled on all levels. The chemistry between the characters was phenomenal to see. That developed, their bonds grew, and I love seeing that in a TV show. The dialogue was well written. Especially between Daredevil and the Punisher, it was phenomenal just to sit there and just watch them talk with each other. I really did like that. Some of the shots were great as well, like when you see stuff from different people's point of view, especially Matt's, where it's a bit shaky cam. That was cool. Some great symbolism, some great shots. Sometimes literally, damn it, Frank. It had great humour too. Specifically Foggy Nelson, I really did miss him. But then you've got Matt Murdock had a great funny moment in episode 7, I believe. Episode 7 that just caught me so off guard. It really did, and it was such a lad moment. And I was sat there like, and I literally creased. I creased and then said out loud, lad. I was like, lad! I'm not weird. I'm not weird. But yeah, that's all the good points for this season. The main problem I felt this season faced was its storytelling. And the storytelling for Frank Castle, the Punisher, was fantastic. I loved that. Episodes 1 to 4, fantastic. And then I felt like his arc sort of became a back story. It got overshadowed by Elektra and the Hand, which is why episode 5 dragged quite a bit for me when she was introduced, and that overall storyline and that overall arc of Elektra and the Hand just, again, it left me puzzled. It really did. It confused me at times, and it just ultimately left me with more questions than it was answering, and I was just like, oh, please just focus more on Frank Castle. And that's where I feel this season went wrong. I feel this season would have been better if it focused on Daredevil's viewpoints and Punisher's viewpoints, their different ideals, and if it just solely focused on that and them butting heads, it would have just been so much better than it was. And just, even if you had Elektra and the Hand take a backstory, just little bits here and there, and then had that the main focus of season 3, I feel it would have been better. But again, the Elektra, the Hand just sort of became this overshadowing story arc, and it overtook the Punisher, and I didn't really like that. It just, that was a big negative for me. You might not find it like that, but for me it was, and I was just like, oh, guys, I really did hate saying that. I hate saying that because I loved season 1 so much, I really did, but season 1 was more of a concise story. It all led to the Kingpin, it all had the Kingpin's hands on it, all the gang stuff was to do with the Kingpin, and it was just such a concise storyline between Daredevil and the Kingpin. It was so good that this season it wasn't concise. It was a bit wishy-washy. That's it. It was just, overall, I definitely prefer season 1. Like I say, it was the more concise overall arc. Whereas this, season 2, was a bit wishy-washy with the Punisher, which was great. I loved the Punisher, the best part of this season. But then you had Elektra and the Hand, and a lot of the Hand. And it was still good to watch, especially Punisher's story, but it's just, it wasn't concise. The Elektra and the Hand, it felt a bit bloated, is what I'm trying to say. It was just, yeah, it was a bit bloated. Story arc wise, they should have focused more on the Punisher instead of letting him take the back seat, because that was a big no-no. But the last thing I am going to leave you with, guys, is just to emphasise my point and make you sure you understand how much I mean this. Episode 3 and Episode 9. Amazing. Amazing. They really were. So guys, have you seen Daredevil Season 2? Let me know in the comment section below what you thought of it. Try and keep spoilers to a minimum. But yeah, definitely let me know what you thought of it. Which one you prefer, Season 1, Season 2? Who's your favourite character? What did you think of the Punisher? What did you think of Elektra? Just everything down in the comment section below, and let's get a nerdy discussion going on Daredevil. Guys, I cannot wait to see Luke Cage. I think it's in September. Yeah. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has been so good so far. The TV shows anyway. Absolutely love Season 1 of Daredevil. Absolutely love Season 2 of Season 1 of Jessica Jones. And Season 2 of Daredevil was good. It would have been better if it had focused on the Punisher. But yeah, that's just my opinion, guys. Let me know yours in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching and take care. See you later. So guys, you've made it to the end of the video. Thank you for watching. If you want to stay up to date with content from me, then click subscribe here. I've linked a few other videos here for your entertainment. If you want to check those out, just click on the image shown. If not, look over my channel. I'm sure there's some other content you will enjoy. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, take care.